Hey everybody, starting a new project tonight. A band from Madison, Wisconsin called One Last Run came into town just this afternoon and we got them set up. Starting on tracking drums tonight. We're going to hit it tomorrow again quite a bit, but I figured I would take some time to show everybody the setup. So we'll start with this crazy kick drum he's got here. It's awesome, but it's extremely big. Got a pretty cool sound to it though. Outside, I have the Beta 52. Positioning isn't too bad. I guess I could tweak it a little bit, but it's alright for the way I'm using it. Obviously you can see I've got an inside mic there. See if I can get inside there. That is an AKG D112 floating inside there. Get a nice little snap out of the beater head from that guy. If you notice, we have a left-handed drummer, so orientation's a little bit different. Come around to the side. Move headphones out of the way. My snare mic. Biodynamic M160 ribbon microphone, hypercardioid ribbon microphone. It's become one of my favorite little snare mics for a nice big sound. It's got a pretty decent size and sounding snare drum, so it's always nice to have good sound for that. Underneath here, I mic the bottom as well. Have a Shure Beta 57 for the bottom mic. Nice, snappy, bright mic that's working really well in combination with the full-bodied ribbon sound. Hat. One of my students has turned me on to this mic. There's a Josephson E22S. Small diaphragm, side address condenser microphone. It's worked really well. I like the sound. It's not too shrill or bright. Picks up a lot of detail, but not too much extra. So it's been a really cool mic, and I've been kind of going to it lately quite a bit. Toms, went with the old standbys, 421s. Toms are not overly ringy, but have a good attack. So figure why mess with years of the same thing working, so I'm not going to try and reinvent the wheel from that aspect. So 2 toms, rack tom, and floor tom. And these cymbals that he has are they have body to them, but they are fairly bright in the overtones. I originally had a pair of Neumann KM184s over the top of it, but they were a little bright for my tastes. So I went to the ribbons. Inexpensive ribbons, but these Cascade Fatheads are a little on the dark and warm side. So they get a nice body to them, but they kind of tame the really crisp overtones that these cymbals are giving me. So it's been a good balance so far. And then, to top it all off, if you can see, way back over there, I have a pair of mid-side mics, or a mid-side pair, I should say. Neumann U87s. I walked back and forth, and I was kind of listening here as far as distance. And I found the right spot. This room, well designed fairly well, still has its little idiosyncrasies, and I kind of walk back and forth just to see how I want to place the mics for the optimal sound that I'm looking for in the room, and it's been working pretty good. Obviously got the rest of the room over there. For scratch and DI tracks, we put the guitarist in here. We've got the orange Tiny Terror. I just mic'd it up for right now with the RE20. We have a DI too for clean signal for reamping later. We're going to do some more amp recording down the line, but we're just getting kind of scratch and a DI. So that's drums. And we'll head into have all of our kind of dark, but a bunch of cases that they all came with. So they came from out of town. Preamps. I ran the Beyer M160 and the two Cascades through the Millennia HV3D. A lot of nice clean gain. I ran the U87s for the room pair through the Avalon 737s. Just a touch of compression on it. I engaged the EQ, but I'm not using it a whole ton. Just a tiny bit of low end just to kind of fill out a little that I was missing. The bass I ran direct in here. Usually I use the Avalons, but I use those up, obviously. So I plugged it into the Langevin DVC into channel 1, and then to the SSL, and it's been okay. We can always re-record that as well through the Avalon or any other pre. So pretty decently happy with that. Patching, just taking off of all of our patch panels through the respective mic pre's and routing to the SSL channels as needed. Sending an extra click source out. Our drummer is a rock star with a click, and I love it. But we're sending that out to the Avioms direct to them so they can keep track of where they're going. And duality. Have everything labeled here. Kick, top, bottom, or sorry, kick in, out, snare, top, bottom, hi-hat, rack tom, floor tom, overhead, left, right, MS mid, MS side. I don't decode when I'm recording like this. For some reason, I just don't worry about decoding on the way in. I decode in the box. Some might say good, bad, indifferent. I just grab the signals and I deal with them later. Bass, DI, guitar, scratch vocals. Click was on 15, I didn't label it in the duality remote, and then on 16 actually I have the guitar DI coming in. Sending everything to stereo, the Q send A, except for vocals I sent B, just so the lead singer can have some of her own vocals to control. I used a couple of the pre's. I used a lot of pads on the drums. These inputs are pretty hot on this SSL. Apologize if it's washing out a little bit. I used the drive on the guitar, the drive circuit here, and went to the third harmonic. A little more crunch, a little more presence on that. Whether we keep it or not, I don't know. Using compressors on all the drums with a pretty fast attack time, which helps a lot. There we go. Kind of see. I don't compress a lot on the way in, but just enough to kind of give it a little extra and kind of hold back on some of the signal. Got gates going on the toms and the snare, just to kind of control a little bit of ambient noise that's going on there. And I didn't EQ a whole ton. I've tweaked in a couple things with the EQ, just added a little bit. I'm more of a EQ later, get a good sound now. Took me quite a while to mic that up. But yeah, coming through the duality and running off into Pro Tools, which is currently closed. But did a couple takes, sounding pretty good. We're gonna come back tomorrow morning bright and early and set it up, get it rocking. I've been monitoring off the atoms just a little more powerful, so everybody can hear and hear and monitor that. So, yep, that's all for tonight. One day down, got a good start, and we will see everybody tomorrow morning.